everybody, welcome back to another match preview today on the channel. My name is Dave from Talking Wolves and I hope you guys are keeping very well and safe. As you can see, it's a slightly different environment today. I am abroad but still wanted to bring you the news and obviously still going to be watching the Wolves on Tuesday against Sevilla in what is going to be a massive game. The Europa League quarter-final. I was going to say who would have thought it, but I think if we cast our minds back about 12 months or so ago, I think even the most ambitious Wolves fans, we're all predicting, and I think we'd all have been happy with a quarter-final finish. But now we're here. I think we were all hoping that because all the games are just one leg and just a straight shootout, I think we're all hoping that Wolves could possibly knock on the door and push now to win the whole tournament. It's going to be a very, very difficult game. We've come up. I think everyone now left in the tournament is a very good opponent. And I think Wolves were given quite a tricky path towards the final. But we will be playing up against Sevilla today. I've got some thoughts from a Spanish League specialist, you could say, as well later on in the video to give us more information on Sevilla, and obviously going to be giving my thoughts as well. But it's always great to hear from you guys, so if you let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, what your guys' feelings ahead of the game that Wolves have made it this far. It's been over 12 months now since we started the campaign, and do you think Wolves can go all the way? It's going to be very, very difficult. We're going to have to beat the best to win the tournament, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. We cast our minds back to Thursday, 1-0 win over Olympiacos. Penalty, that's all it took really. Raul Jimenez doing the business as he does from the spot. And there were a lot of people weren't too happy with that performance. A lot of people saying we rode our luck and stuff quite a bit, which is fair enough, but I also think, we look at obviously Olympiacos had their chances. They had one disallowed from VAR for offside. But then you look at our chances. Diogo Jota had a chance he should have put away. Daniel Podence had a chance he probably should have laid off for Jota as well. So we had our chances as well. But of course, Rui Patricio keeping some great saves and keeping Olympiacos at bay as well. But some big... two big downers, I think, ahead of the game is that obviously Daniel Podence is suspended. He had a couple of bookings before joining Wolves for Olympiacos in European competition. And if he got through the other game against the Olympiacos without a booking, he would have been fine for the rest of the tournament. But he picked up a booking whilst walking off the pitch but from being subbed because he didn't walk off on the correct part of the pitch, I believe. And he got booked and now he's suspended for this game. So that's a bit of a kick in the teeth. And also, Johnny Otto, disastrous news that he's now going to be injured. Obviously, he came off against Olympiacos. Nuno said he didn't think it looked good. And, we were fearing the worst. And it is the worst news possible, really. ACL injury. And you know what? As bad as it sounds, he could miss half, 3/4 of next season as well. So it's a massive chance for a player like Ruben Vinagre to step up and have his opportunity in the next game, and hopefully 2 or hopefully even 3 games if Wolves can get that far. But I would fully expect us now to possibly delve into the transfer market and pick up that sort of position. There have already been players linked, but I think this transfer window, if it wasn't important, I think it's got even more important now. It's such a crucial area of our pitch, and I'll be amazed to see Johnny before Christmas, to be honest. So yeah, it's a real shame for Johnny, and obviously all the best in his recovery as well. But we look at Sevilla. They of course beat Roma in Germany. So they've already sort of experienced the German feel and the German arenas and stuff. But they've flown back to Spain to train, and they're coming back to Germany on Monday, the day before the match as well. Wolves have been in Germany since Sunday, but Sevilla are a great team. I believe they're on a 16-match unbeaten run. They're looking really, really good, and players that you might recognise, you could say. I believe they've got Aiva Banega. They've got, Jesus Navas, who of course used to play in England as well. They finished top 4 in La Liga, so they've already got Champions League football, but they're looking for a record 4th Europa League title. But yeah, they've got plenty of players in and around that team that you guys may well have heard of, and I think it is going to be a very, very difficult game, just looking at some of the players and their squad right now, and of course their manager as well, Julian Lopetegui, a man who some of you may listen and be watching this and not have a clue who he is, but he was the man that was set to become the Wolves manager when Fosun were taken over. Obviously, the takeover, I'm not sure if it got delayed or it was just taking a while. Lopetegui was lined up to become the new boss. And then sort of at the 11th hour, he got offered the Spain job. Obviously, Wolves in the Championship. Him being Spanish and being offered the international job, he took that with both hands. And I don't think it quite went to plan for him, but he's sort of rebuilding himself as a manager now at Sevilla and doing a great job as well. But let me pass you on to Sam from the La Liga Lowdown. He's going to be giving you some more information on Sevilla.
Hi, I'm Sam from La Liga Lowdown here in Spain, and I'm here to give you some insight into Sevilla and what you can expect from this Europa League tie from both teams. And so Sevilla are a side who've done very well this season. They've regained their Champions League spot, getting back into the top four with Julen Lopetegui, the former Real Madrid and Spain coach, rebuilding his reputation with Sevilla. And they're a side who have real pedigree in this competition. Every time they've made it to this round, they've gone on to win the competition. So they're very optimistic, quietly optimistic, but optimistic as they come into this tie against Wolves, and then looking into the possible fixtures that could come after that. And with good reason too. I mean, this season, they've been very happy with how they've performed. They've built a really strong defensive line. I mean, they have Jesus Navas and Sergio Reguilón. Navas previously with Man City, of course. And they're very offensive with fullbacks. They like to get forward. They like to bombard the box with crosses. Two of the most prolific crossers in La Liga. They're also quite defensively strong. And then in the middle, you have Diego Carlos and Jules Koundé, both of whom came in from France in the summer, but they've formed one of the best central defensive pairings in Spain, if not in Europe. In midfield, we have Ever Banega, who's the playmaker, one of those flair players who could just make anything happen when you least expect it. And Lopetegui said after the game against Roma that when Banega plays well, Sevilla plays well, and that's definitely the case. He's leaving for the Middle East at the end of this season, but the last few performances at the end of the La Liga season and against Roma, he's been out there with a point to prove, to show that he has still got it, he's not past it. And he's just shown exactly the kind of flair and offensive threat that he can bring into the Sevilla team. And that's kind of what they need, because in attack they aren't the most prolific of goal scorers, to put it that way. I mean, Lucas Ocampos is the main man. Our man Alex Brotherton recently wrote an article in conjunction with Squawker on what he's been through in the last few years, his journey, some inconsistent time with Marseille in France. He came into Sevilla this summer kind of as a gamble signing, and it's worked a treat. Readers of Marca, the daily newspaper, voted him the signing of the season in La Liga. He's been Sevilla's top goal scorer. And it's definitely fair to say that if you can keep Ocampos and Banega quiet, then Sevilla are going to find it very difficult to find a way through. But they are a side who are very confident. They consider themselves to be one of the biggest clubs in Spain. And in the last few years, they have beaten Manchester United at Old Trafford. They've beaten Liverpool in the final of this competition as well, only a few years ago. And that's the level that they see themselves at. They believe that they are a Champions League club, and that when they're in the Europa League, they should be winning it. It's almost become the expectation given their success in recent years. So they feel that this year they should be getting through to the next round against Wolves. Wolves are just another obstacle that they should be able to ease past, and I think they do that with good reason. They should be the favourites, and they're a side that are very difficult to beat. So I don't see this one being a severe thrashing of Wolves or anything like that at all. But they are a side who will be very difficult to beat, and Wolves will have their work cut out. It won't be anything like Espanyol, who were relegated this season, another Spanish team. Sevilla are much more organised, much more structured defensively, and then also they are stronger in attack as well. So Sevilla are the favourites. I think they will just edge it. It might be more difficult than some Sevilla fans are expecting, but I expect Sevilla will go through.
So a big thanks to Sam for that, and it's time now for my predicted lineup. And well, just talking about the lineup really, I think it could go any way. I think the loss of Pedence and the loss of Johnny are huge for us, and it will be very, very interesting to see how Nuno will set up. I think the back five and goalkeeper almost picks itself. So we'd go with Rui Patricio in goal, unbelievable stops against Olympiacos, and of course a fantastic performance from him. Your back three of Bolly, Cody and Sace again. Your left wing back, of course, Ruben Vinagre, a huge opportunity for him, and Matt Doherty at right wing back. Now, I can see Nuno possibly starting a 5-3-2, trying to not defend, but just shore up the midfield. It's going to be a very, very tricky game, and I think if Wolves go all out attack and go slightly weaker in the midfield, it may come back to haunt us. So I would probably go, if I'm honest, Neves, Matinho and Dendoncker in the middle, and then start Jota and Raul up top. Now, if Podence was available, I probably would have played the three up top. But at the moment, I don't think Adama was great either against Olympiacos. I think he is much better. He will be much better coming up against these half-fit, well, half-tired, Sevilla fullbacks and defenders. And that could be crucial. That could be the difference maker in this competition to see how he can get on. So I'm expecting us to go 5-3-2. I may be pleasantly surprised and Nuno will go with a 3-4-3 or the 5-2-3 and seeing Adama come on and play. I think we all know how powerful and how fantastic Adama Traore is, but it's just at times, especially that game against Olympiacos, it was a little bit frustrating to watch. But it is going to be a huge game, guys. We've made history so far. I'm hoping we can make more. It's been an unbelievable season. It's an unbelievable feeling for me to actually be sitting down and doing number one, a match preview about Wolves being in the Europa League, but number two, us actually being in the quarter-final, the last 8 of a major European competition is unreal, really. So, yeah, thank you ever so much to you guys for your support. Your ongoing support is always appreciated. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, fingers crossed the Wolves win. I'll see you all very, very soon.